welcome half-bits to... Yeah, you're just fake dancing. You can't even hear it.
You know, I was... do your greeting. I had a story about me dancing.
Okay. Welcome half-bits to 8.5-Bit Live. I am your host, Paul. And joining me tonight are my very good friends, James.
Yes, hello.
So you got to get back up in the... And Anais.
Sad face. Hello.
So go back to my dancing story.
Okay, so why were you dancing when you can't hear anything?
I know.
Because I went and saw a ABBA tribute band on Saturday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I thought you'd gone to see like Mamma Mia or something.
No, actually, I wasn't fully because I sort of got invited along. By Cheryl's mum needed someone to go, and she needed a hot date.
So James's partner is not currently in Brisbane, yet he's going on secret dates with her mother.
Yeah. So we went to see. They're called Bjorn again.
And not
Bjorn
to be racist,
again.
but you know, Asian, so they look practically the same.
Oh no, we've been mistaken before. There was this. so yeah, Cheryl's mum doesn't look particularly old. She's a young-looking lady, and I'm a white guy, so I look particularly old. And we were in like a what was it? It was a Good Guys. Yeah. So we're in a Good Guys, and it was me and Cheryl's mum, and we were looking to get a fridge. Because we just wanted a fridge for the house.
That's what couples do.
And a breast pump.
And we're buying the fridge.
Yeah.
And there's comes this awkward moment where the guy who's trying to sell it needs to make a call in our relationship. And I can see the moment, like he's like, "It's you and your," and he stops for a second, and he lands on partner.
No.
Partner's good. Partner can be anything.
And after that, I basically spent the whole time like stifling my giggling.
Did you correct him?
No, I just run with it. Yeah. So basically, because we do shopping together, like we go out.
Oh.
Why not?
Yeah.
I remember
It's
one
adorable.
time I was walking with my crush and our very good friend, and as we're walking along in West End, this little kid, to his mom goes, "Mummy, that man has 2 wives." I was like, yes. You know what? Just because a little kid says it doesn't mean you get sex.
No,
it doesn't.
I've fallen for that one before.
No, it never works.
Doesn't work like that.
Yeah. Anyway, how have you been, Anais?
I've been good.
You've been mistaken for anyone's partner, incidentally?
Just my brother.
Just
a
your
bit
brother?
weird,
Ah.
yeah. Because we own a house together, so they put like Mr. and Mrs. Riley. It's not like that.
Yeah, kind
That's
of.
fair enough.
Yeah. So yeah.
Okay. But you do have a resemblance.
The purple hair? No.
You think she dyes it, but it's actually genetic.
I had
It
some
is.
fun yesterday.
Mm.
I did the ridiculous obstacle challenge.
What is this?
You know Tough Mudder?
Yes.
So it's like Tough Mudder, except all the painful things that hurt you,
Mm.
they replace them with like foam and
really?
inflatable things. It's like Wipeout. So it's like you run across a
that sounds-
beam and like a big spongy ball will knock you off into the water.
Yeah, and it's not like covered in barbed wire. It's
No,
it's
there's no
fluffy.
barbed wire,
Yeah.
no electrocutions.
That's good.
Weirdly, all the big inflatable obstacles, surprisingly harder than I thought to get through. Because they don't have much, you can't push against them because they flex.
Yeah.
So it was like the running was easy and the climbing up the soft.
Oh, was
fun
there
thing.
like colourful paint stuff?
No,
Ah,
didn't get that. But
okay.
they had foam.
Okay.
Like they had 2 like terrible things you had to get past. One was the foam zone, which is literally they just put some foam on like part of a car park. It was like maybe like 4 meters by 5 meters of foam. It's like, well, I guess we'll walk through it. But my wife found there was a speed bump in the middle, so it technically was an obstacle. And the other was they obviously just ran out of ideas and money, so they put some tires for you to do like the running through.
They foam
Yeah.
tires.
No, they were just regular tires that you had to go hut. It's like, okay, out of creativity.
Mm.
Anyway, it was fun.
Yeah.
It was fun. Anyway, video games.
Yep.
Are you ready for some video games?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so I know we've called the episode Overwatch Clickbait.
Yes.
So I guess we'll start.
But doesn't clickbait mean that you don't actually talk about what it says in the
Oh
title?
yeah, we're not talking.
Oh
about
yeah, we're not talking about Overwatch.
No.
Let's fucking,
We just said it to get you
That's
here.
down the line. No, I'm not going that. Oh, what should we start with? Well, Division came out. We've talked about the Division a lot. So let's talk about some Hitman. So both Anais and I have been playing some of the new Hitman, which just
Yes.
launched in its strange new episodic format, making the first episode $15 US, I think it was.
I'm not sure.
I think it was.
You know, what I just realized.
What?
I just realized I wanted Metal Gear Solid 5 to be episodic.
Could have worked.
Yeah.
Well, it was. You bought like the first one and they half finished the second episode and they'll never
Yeah.
finish the third.
Yeah. So basically, it was episodic. Anyway, sorry, just a little
Yeah.
random thought I had.
It's the success of episodic, just like Sin.
Still waiting on that episode 2.
Come on.
It's coming.
bring it
It's
to us.
coming.
Okay, so Hitman launched. I actually had a lot of technical problems with it.
Oh, really?
So
what were you playing it on?
Playing on PC,
I played PlayStation.
playing it on DirectX 12.
Ugh.
It just every like 30 seconds it would just hang for 5 seconds.
Oh, no.
It's like not cool. But you turn it back to DirectX 11, it's fine.
Yeah.
Other than that, it runs pretty well. So my experience with it was I hadn't been in the beta or anything, so it was just straight up. And it starts with tutorial mission,
Yeah.
which you have to play a number of times because they like to drive in the old
Subdue
Hitman
him.
thing.
Oh, wait, it's not.
I'm not going to subdue someone in the middle of a crowd, James. So they set up quite a hilarious sort of situation, really. There's like a boat mission you've got to do, but it's inside like a giant cooling tower, I guess. So they just pretend, and like half the things are made out of cardboard and stuff. It's like, oh, don't worry if you kill anyone. It's all simulated.
Yeah.
Wait, is it really?
I don't know. I really beat the shit out of some people. But so they guide you through it, and then they say, okay, now do it again. And then they give you a whole bunch of objectives. And say, try to do all of these things. Keep playing it as many times as you want. And then there's another tutorial mission that follows it, which again, you can play. So basically, the tutorial missions are just full-on levels.
Yeah.
I thought, until I got to the first real level, which is this, and the game's fucking huge.
Yes.
I-
I didn't even know this area existed yet. I haven't
I
even
spent
gone
most
here
of my
yet.
time
So,
wandering down
Is
here.
this
yeah.
something where they've made a really big world and the episodic stuff is going to be adding content,
No, I
like
think-
story content?
Well, no. Well, yes and no. Yes, as in the episodic stuff will be adding more story content, but the main thing of the episodic structure is to add more environments. So it's not adding more content to the existing environments because these. Now, I'll put a little provisor here. I have only put a few hours into it, and I actually haven't even finished this mission because I keep
Same.
trying different things. I just keep getting distracted by, oh, maybe I'll try to make a cocktail, or
Yeah.
maybe I'll try to get in the fashion show myself. Maybe I'll do all this. Like, there's so many options, and that's what's really
Yeah.
fun about it. That you can really. I love this. I'm seeing through. Oh, hello.
Hello, friend.
It's yeah.
Do you just turn around and leave now?
Sometimes you don't know how they're going to
He's
react.
like, follow me. I go, okay, I'll follow you.
Oh, but how come I didn't have an alarm and then you have to?
I'm just
hide?
a party guest. I've gone
got
into the wrong
lost.
area.
Oh, that's.
Now this guy stupidly is walking in front of me, and no one else is in the room now. So
that seems so obvious in hindsight of every stealth game I've ever played.
yeah.
Like, why would they raise an alarm most of the time? It'd be like,
You,
hey,
you can still get an alarm pretty bloody
Yeah.
easy.
Yeah.
But you know, if you are careful, and there's a whole lot of assists now. So things that let you see if someone's going to be suspicious of you, just hold on. You can just look through the walls and see
Use
everyone.
your eagle vision.
You walk up next to a conversation and it will say, this conversation is important. Do you want to track the mission that does it? You can turn all of that off.
That's if you want
But-
a more traditional Hitman experience.
Yeah, if you want it to be more traditional. It's like, and whilst, as I say, you can turn it off. It's like, I kind of liked it to play around within the world.
Yeah, it'd
I
be
think-
so hard if it wasn't there. Like, I'm already struggling with it.
I'm not sure. I think I will turn it off eventually,
But-
but it kind of is getting me back in the mode of doing things.
But it also lets you know what your options are, right?
Yeah. Because sometimes that's, you think you see something and but one of the things I quite like, the old let's poison something for someone to eat.
Hey, that exploded and they didn't notice.
Yeah. There's awful security agents over there. I just thought I'd jump forward to getting another guy. Where was my thought of train? Something.
So why would you subdue over breakneck?
Well, you don't want to kill
Because
people.
it's,
So
yeah,
if you just
it's
subdue them,
bad.
they get up
The
again.
No,
agency frowns upon it.
They won't get up again unless someone finds them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But if
I love like
if they're
hiding
dead,
them
they're
and
dead.
stuff.
It's
The
like
dumpling's
the
awesome.
pushing them over dumping them over like the railing of the ship does count as a kill.
Oh yes. Yeah.
It's like oh, but I mean like I always think so. When you just push the button there, you can see the outlines of all the people, and then so they have this structure of the game, and then at the same time there's all these optional side assassinations taking place in the same environment and everything. And then you'll get one-off. Now these are things I haven't done yet. I've only seen. You'll get one-off assassinations where you get a chance to kill someone. Like, do it or not. No screwing around. Yeah. And then you can actually create your own assassination missions and share them
really?
online.
I've seen that.
How do you make them?
I don't know. I haven't done it yet. That's why we'll come back to this next week because I was going to say year then.
Yeah.
Next week because I'll give that stuff more of a go. But as far as like the straight up, Like, when I was downstairs, I went and got a cocktail recipe, and now I can go and make that cocktail. Now, if I could find
Is
some
it poison?
No, this
Oh,
is
you're
just
just
making the
making.
cocktail.
Oh,
But
that's cool. I didn't
if
know
I
you could do
had
that.
poison, I could poison the cocktail.
Yeah, and it's funny because they like run off to the toilet to go spew, and then you can sneak in there and take them out, which is pretty cool.
Yeah. It's pretty,
I like
so, okay, I've been talking a lot, which is my MO, let's face it. What's your experience been, Anais?
Oh, I've never played a Hitman game.
Oh, this is a Hitman Cherry.
So I didn't know what to expect. Plus, it's a stealth game, and I'm terrible at stealth games and usually get pretty frustrated.
Have we switched to PS4 footage here, or is this still me? Oh, yeah, okay.
Oh, maybe it's me. Okay, yeah.
This is right.
But yeah, I've found it really enjoyable, even though I felt kind of terrible at it. Like I had to restart missions a few times. But it's good to hear that you haven't completed this mission yet, because I'm like, am I missing something?
I just love how fun. It is a really fun world. It feels so full and full of life.
If I understand what this game is, it's sort of about finding clever, creative ways to kill people.
Yeah,
to
definitely.
complete the mission. So it's not. It's about like going. I'm going to try and get the guy to walk into the water and turn on the electricity.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And there's a lot of options with that. What actually, one of my favorite things was at the beginning of this mission, there's a news reporter giving a talk, and you just go and you can just stand in front of her camera, and they're just like, get out of the way. And everything.
Yeah, it's cool. All the like characters have their own dialogue and everything like that, which is cool.
I just noticed just before that camera operator's in now inside filming the runway. So if we can kill him or subdue him, take his camera, we can go there with a camera. I'm sure we can do a bit of the old.
Because there's one as well where you can put like a bomb in a camera or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's lots of different ways to do it, and you're right. Like I went to go do that way to do it, and then something else popped up. I'm like, oh, I'll try this way, and then
I'm so weird. I found out I can dress as a stylist.
Oh really?
So
apparently you can go on the runway as a model.
Yeah.
I'm like, I need to do that.
There's a model that looks quite a bit like you, and I was waiting for this guard to turn around so I could grab that guy. I didn't notice another guy come around, so then I spent about 5 minutes just running around this mansion being chased by all of the guards.
But how amazing does it look?
It looks great.
So
I think it's so good.
So when things go south, does it turn into a shooter, or is it more like, oh no, I've been
no, I haven't been able to shoot my way out of anything.
Yeah, you
yet.
die pretty quick.
Yeah.
If you get caught, you can like take them, like fake surrender and take them down.
Yeah. So if it's only like 1 or 2 people, you can shoot your way out anymore, and you'd be pretty hard pressed. I don't know about what's going to be later, but at the moment, this feels.
Look how pretty the dresses are.
It's nice.
So pretty.
It feels a little. It feels quite a bit like the first one in that I feel like I'm investigating and finding all these puzzles. It certainly doesn't feel like shooting is an option. Like I just don't see how I would do that.
I've always struggled to understand what Hitman games are like. I never really played one before.
I
think I played one briefly and I didn't really get what this is.
Made me feel like James Bond.
Okay. So is it something where they give you an area and there's just lots of ways to solve it?
Yeah.
And they're like, look, you go sort this shit out.
And the idea is to then play it multiple times and find all different ways
Yeah,
of
you
doing
got
it.
missions, and the missions work really well as hints as well to know what to do.
So they'll just have like there's straight up objectives you can look at when you start a mission, which is just like, okay, did you find the bird? So it goes like, oh, there's a bird, and I must be able to use it to kill someone. How do I kill someone with a bird? So it's like guidance plus adding, and as I said, you can just ignore all of that if you want and just play it hardcore. But no, I'm really enjoying my time with it so far.
Yeah,
and I love the episodic pricing.
It's $15, right?
It's $15 because the thing is, even though I'm loving this,
is it enough? Like, are you good?
I might be fine
Yeah.
with this. Now, I think they are gonna have enough content that it'll justify someone who wants to keep playing it, doing it. But for someone like me that just wants a lot of variety of experiences, like I wasn't going to get the new Hitman, and then when they changed to it just being $15 to get into it, I'm like, yep,
pretty good.
Yeah, well, I mean, if we're honest about what my regular playtime is of any game, it's probably a couple of hours.
Yeah,
and so if I can just drop $20 and get that experience, I'm saving myself like $40.
Yeah, and then in a month's time, you might be like,
Maybe
I'm keen to play again. Yeah, I think it's good.
Yeah.
Set up, I failed this bit. But yeah, so I threw a coin and he went to investigate, and I tried to take him down, but then I got busted. And they shot me.
It's got me interested. Like,
Yeah.
it looks like, what?
Elliot in the chat suggests that it should be an 8.5-bit code giveaway for Hitman, which is code for you should buy Elliot a copy of this, James.
All right.
Which is good because James doesn't have a copy of it.
No, the code is 1, 2, no.
3, 4,
Could be.
5.
You never know.
Yeah,
Amazing.
you can
I've
try
got the
it,
same
yeah.
combination on my luggage. References.
Get it.
Yeah.
So,
So the full
Yeah.
experience. What I like there, add up the upgrade and the intro pack together.
is it more? Yes.
Tiny
Nah,
bit more.
Tiny bit more.
Not much. Like it's fair.
That's like if you don't want to have the balls, you got to pay $5. Yeah, good. Okay, Hitman.
Looks
It's out
good.
now on things. PC, Xbox One, PS4.
Good.
Sounds good. Yeah, I think it's well. So you've enjoyed your
Yeah,
first
even though
experience in that.
I felt like I wasn't really progressing, it was still enjoyable.
But I found like they've made a very good playground.
Yeah,
It
definitely.
was kind of like it was the last Hitman that starts with this Chinatown level,
Okay.
and it's really good.
Yeah.
And then it stops. Like they stop putting the level of detail in it, which is
True.
kind of what I like this because if people are sort of buying episodically going through, if they stop, everyone's just going to stop supporting it. It's like so if they just take the time with each area and make them really robust and lots of things there, it's like, it'll be a lot more fun.
Caught me by surprise. I didn't know what to expect, but was pleasantly surprised.
Okay, so next up, the big one. Don't Die, Mr. Robot.
Oh, I've been looking forward to some for a while.
Ah, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
So I Don't Die, Mr. Robot came out. It was one of the current PlayStation Plus games.
Okay.
I was playing it on
right.
Vita,
Yep.
and I was like, oh shit, I got to get some footage of this. So I quickly put it on the PS4 because it's on both. Now,
You're behind us.
yeah. Now you can put Don't Die, Mr. Robot very much in a Geometry Wars style game. Although I find it better played with the D-pad because a lot of the times you want to go in straight lines.
This is tilt
do
to
certain
live.
things. You can tilt. You can
No,
also,
this is Tilt to Live.
Oh.
There's a game called Tilt to Live, which is basically this.
Well, we'll see. The game starts in the challenge mode.
Yeah.
Because it's a remix game. So, first one there was survive as long as you can.
Mhm.
All right. Now, this is sort of the other main gameplay mechanic, because the first two remixes are telling you what the game is. It's when you touch fruit, it explodes. And you can use...
Okay, it's not Tilt to Live anymore.
You can, you can explode the
okay.
fruit to take out
That's
all the other
interesting.
things. You get waves,
Can you
bonuses,
get hurt
and
by
multipliers.
the explosion?
No.
Okay.
But if a ship touches you, you're dead instantly. Now, once you've completed those first challenges, the whole game opens up. So it's like, okay, now you've done that, we're going to unscrub and show you the game. Now, as someone that appreciates a Geometry Wars style game, I appreciate them very briefly.
Yes.
I'm like,
yes.
this game's really cool. Oh, great, I can do like 2-3 minutes. Getting better seems like a lot of work. Nah, fuck that. I was just seeing if they had touch control on the PS4. They don't. They've just got motion.
Okay, so you can just tilt the controller to...
Yeah. I haven't tried motion. It seems like a bad idea to me. No. It's also got you can buy extra characters or change the way you look. But also
It's like
got
a mobile game, but
well,
I guess
kinda, it's like
Vita.
it's got power ups, and the power ups are things like automatic click coins make you a bit faster, and some other main option. But every time you buy them, they get more expensive.
Ah, okay.
So it's weird. So
I don't know if I like the art or not.
No, the
Like,
art.
I can't tell.
The art's terrible.
But it's terrible, but...
It's really effective.
Yeah.
Now, the reason I'm talking so much about this game is that I've been playing shitloads of this game on the Vita.
Okay.
This game's really, really good. Now, this is the other thing I want to point out. In this remix challenge mode, I was getting a lot of golds.
Yeah.
So I'm about to get my first platinum on this playthrough. It stops. It's not a forever. And this is why it's more a me game than Geometry Wars. Now, there isn't there's a straight up arcade endless
So what
mode.
makes it end? Is it just timed?
Because there's dozens of remixes,
Yep.
and they all have different win conditions. So it might be number of kills, time survived, amount of apples collected in this one, for instance. So it's the same gameplay mechanics with different goals, and they just have remix and remix and remix. Now they've got a normal endless arcade mode, so you can just go straight for score attack if you want. But score attack doesn't hold much value for me after a while. This, however, I can just play through a bunch of mini challenges that at most take 2-3 minutes. It's like, that's actually really fun to me. And, if you do like playing arcade mode, there's chill out mode,
Chill out.
which is just the same game, but really slow.
It's a little bit of a kind of WarioWare kind of feel to it. Like it's kind
Nah, because they're longer sessions than
Yeah.
that. It's just it doesn't vastly change the things. It might be grapes are deadly, so don't touch any grapes while you're running
I like
around or something like
grapes.
that. there's mini challenges that use the same mechanics for everything. They've got a bunch of different enemy varieties. It's like it's simple and clean, and it's got a stupid art style, but it doesn't matter because it sort of ties back into the whole like 80s. It's like, oh, you know, there's a smiley face and some fruit and some insects. What? Fuck you. There you go.
Need a story for them.
Yeah, I think it's the best game on PS Plus this month.
Wow. Well, that's.
What else was there? Flame Over. That was trash.
You did that, or that
And
offended you.
Broforce.
That was really good. Broforce apparently runs really badly on the PS4.
Oh, really? I downloaded it, I
yeah.
think. I haven't played it.
It's a good game, but apparently not a good port.
Yeah.
She's
I don't know if I
I'll
need
try it out.
more Broforce.
Because I
Yeah.
couldn't get it to run on my PC, so I should try it on PS4.
Okay, so should we talk about something else before we get to the big one?
The big one. I think it's. Yes, we'll talk about something else.
Okay, because I've been talking a lot, so I'll let someone else talk.
Thanks, buddy. Can I talk about Division?
No, and how about you talk about the culling?
Okay. I played the culling.
What's the
And-
culling
Yeah.
like?
Well, all I knew about it was like, it's like Hunger Games. And I'm like, sold!
You know, I watched the last Hunger Games movie just on
Oh,
Saturday
really?
night.
I haven't even seen the last
How
one
was it?
yet.
They really fucked it up.
Really?
Yeah, should just be one
I actually
movie.
really like the book, and I think they just bad filmmaking.
Oh,
I
'cause
think they didn't sell the
Yeah.
story properly.
I
at all.
like enjoy the movies. Like the ones I saw, I thought were okay.
The movies were fun. Like they were fun. Like none of them are exceptional.
Yeah.
But just to finish the story, not very good end to it.
Oh,
And and I quite like the ending in the book.
that's a shame.
Yeah. Anyway, so the culling is like all the Hunger Games movies up until the last one. You say?
Well, it's more, okay, if you know the movies, it's like the island when they all go back and there's like sections and stuff. So like you spawn on the island and there's like, I don't know, however many other people, 12 or something, 11. You don't have any...
These are other people, right? Like
Yeah,
actual
yeah,
players.
it's multiplayer, or you can do like two-player co-op kind of thing. And you spawn and you have no weapons or anything, so you have to like go searching for weapons. It's all random, so you can get like good weapons or bad weapons, or you can also make your own stuff. So you can like cut down trees, and like 2 sticks and 1 rock makes like a something or other. But yeah, like everyone spawns in different sections of the island, and you can hunt them down or just sort of focus on sort of collecting stuff. You can trade stuff, so you can trade in stuff which gets you like funk, which is like coins that you can spend on supply
Funk?
drops and stuff like that.
And
Yeah,
is that-
FUNC.
And is that reset after each match?
Well, if you survive, like if you die, you're out. You
Yeah.
can go start a new match, kind of thing. Yeah, so nothing carries over.
Okay.
If you win or like how long you survive, you just unlock like clothes and stuff, and sort of like things that you can, like traits and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
Do you get players forming the Fragile Alliance? Or is it
Well, it's
much
kind of
free-for-all?
hard because it's not on, like, it's not 2-player in this. This is free for all. And if you want, I did try and do that with my brother, but we just couldn't get in the same server. So yeah, we tried
okay.
some like online stuff, which is pretty good, but you spawn in separate locations, so you kind of have to get to each other. The only, like, this is lots of fun. I'm looking forward to like what else it has. Like at the moment, it's only 1 map.
So sorry, I was on the chat a little bit. I missed a little bit of that. Is it literally 1 life per round?
Yeah.
And the rounds are like 20 minutes long?
I don't know yet. I haven't survived a whole round. I think it's just like last.
So what happens if you die?
22. You can spectate or
Oh,
just,
so just
drop
spectate
out
them?
and
Yeah,
go
go
start a
somewhere, another
new
one.
match. So
Yeah.
you don't have to hang around or anything. But sections
I
of the
wanna be like
island close.
Little drones that come in, like everyone that dies can become like traps
Oh,
and shit.
yeah, kind of like actually let them
Yeah,
Yeah.
let them
part of the
fuck with the people that are
environment.
left.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's like an arena in the middle, so I guess you can go there, and
Yeah.
that's where all the battles happen. Eventually, all the sections close down, so everyone ends up in the
So
same
everyone gets
place
pushed in.
everywhere.
So it's really like Hunger Games sort
Yeah,
of push.
yeah, definitely. And it's got like a voiceover that's very Hunger Games, and there's supply drops that come through occasionally, so you can go for them. The only issue is like there's no like good servers, so ping's really bad. And then if you get into melee with someone, it's really slow and laggy, and I kept dying even though I probably had the better weapons. So that's the only issue with it, but it's been lots of fun and just exploring and trying to find the best strategies to take people down.
So in its current form, do you think it's like worth jumping into now or waiting until it's more mature?
Probably wait until it's more mature, unless this is something that you're really into. But I'll keep playing
it's
it.
like there's been a lot of games that are, especially like modding, like there's Minecraft, Hunger Games mods, there's a lot of people trying to do the Hunger Games thing, and making it actually like a fun experience seems difficult because it's a good dramatic thing, but it's also like, yeah, you die and then you're waiting 20 minutes to play another round unless you just leave the server.
Yeah.
Because the bit that interests me with this is the social side of it.
Yeah.
Like that's why I was asking, like, do you team together? Because it seems to me that's what you want. You want that battle royale style.
Yeah.
We'll work together, but we know eventually we're gonna have to kill each other.
Yeah.
And I'm just wondering what they could do to kind of facilitate.
You know what they
that.
need? They need a pre-match like training room.
Oh, where it's like you actually work together to solve some puzzles.
Or just like you could just like it's like, oh, everyone, like you get a benefit if you get a better score, so everyone's trying their best to, like, but it lets you see like who's actually good, or someone could like pretend to be terrible so no one really counts them
or is really good at like putting like face paint on as a rock.
Oh yeah. I used to make cakes,
Yeah.
so I can do shit.
I can decorate my hands,
Decorate
and my face. It's like a cake.
It's hard to decorate your back though.
That's true.
It's true. Okay.
You ever naturally
so that's Battle Royale, the
Yes.
game.
Yes.
So we've never really spoken about on this show just how terrible Battle Royale 2 is.
I haven't
Never
seen that.
watched
It's
it.
unwatchable shit.
Really?
It is
Why,
unbelievably
Why
bad.
is it so bad?
Well, it makes 0 sense for
Okay.
one, which is difficult. Because Battle Royale's already on kind of a tenuous, like, this is more of like a social commentary than it is a thing that makes any real sense. And the second one goes right out of just nothing.
Really?
I can't even describe it to you.
Oh,
it's like a war zone now for no reason.
But with school kids.
Well, school kids from the first, led by the guy from the first movie,
Okay.
and then just a bunch of shit. It's stupid. Almost as stupid as... So what have you been playing, James?
I have been playing The Division.
You mean Queuing Simulator
Yeah,
2016?
Yes, those squillions of dollars, Mr. Producer.
He was finishing typing a
Typing
thing. He was typing a thing.
Yeah, so one of the things they put in this was you have to activate a computer very early on in the game. Like, so
in a social area.
In a social area. And you can't clip through people. Actually, yeah, this is a...
Oh, that's
different.
that's
is a
your
social
footage.
area. Yeah, this is
We'll
show
which
you-
is the same area, but
So
it's
this
different
is
footage.
the starting area. We'll show the queuing simulator in a while. But I do want to just quickly show here one of the problems I had with this game.
Yeah.
Look at all those faces.
Yeah.
Look at them. Look at them. They all look freaking the same.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Yeah,
straight
this
away.
is so they have a character creator in this game.
Yeah.
And so we have the character creator, and
Why aren't you that lady?
There's a few faces.
She looks good.
There's a few faces, but what they've done is they've just gone for we're just gonna have.
He looks Fallout guy.
So this is sort of stepping through the faces.
So there's lots of good faces there.
There's-
Why is everyone
Yeah.
a white
Because
male?
the bulk of the audience is young white male, and they have one young white male face. So, of course, like the dominant face is young white male.
Are you saying that there might be a skew in gender and race to people that like post-apocalyptical shooting games?
I'm not saying that just like the audience is askew. So anyway,
That's exactly what I asked. It's like you say, no, you're not, but they are.
No,
Is that what you're saying?
Yes, I am. Yes, I'm saying it's askew. So it's actually one of the big problems I had with the game. I spent so long. I played this. I was incredibly tired when I played with it, and when I get really tired, my decision making, like ability to make decisions, flies out the window. I must have
Gestapo glasses.
I must have made no less than 20 characters, trying to land on one that I like. Because I make it, I'm like, oh, this looks alright, and then I get to that first hub area.
Yeah.
No one can see me. can't do it. Can't do it. Got to restart.
It's in the puffy jacket you choose. That's how people are going to recognize you.
But all the puffy jackets look the same too. So
puffy jacket, special rarity, purple puffy jacket.
Purple puffy jacket. So all right. So I've played a bunch of it now.
Yeah.
I haven't done any Dark Zone yet, so I can't kind of comment too much on that. And I don't have a terrible amount to add from the beta, because the beta was pretty indicative of the final product.
Well, it's been doing bloody well.
It's funny, yes.
It is Ubisoft's highest selling game of all time, as in its launch numbers. It hasn't yet sold more than all their other games, but it's on its way to. It's been a fucking cracker of a... And I've got to say, with all the people playing it, haven't heard much in the way of server issues or anything. The betas they ran seem to
it's
really,
been,
they've geared up for it.
It's taken me a while to figure out how I want to play this game. And when I first played it, I was doing a lot of solo. And when you play solo, it's it works. You can go and kind of do the side missions and things like that. And they do try to put in some NPCs to make it so you can get around and flank. But it's not really that big a thing. Where this game I find it really sings is when you get into the group content. because it's one of these games where to play together doesn't really require any communication. Like, you can kind of figure out that if someone is, you know, suppressing someone, you've got the opportunity to run around the side and kind of take them out.
But how do you decide to team up with people?
Okay, so the matchmaking... Can we jump to a different video? So the matchmaking, it kind of works by you just open up the menu, like you just hit the button, go to matchmaking, and then you can kind of choose what you want to do. So you can go for, like, this here is me in a mission, so I'm playing like an actual kind of structured mission.
Right, okay.
Or you can go do free roam and things like that, or you can go do the dark zone.
Okay.
I tried to do free roam a bit, and I found that was a bit of a mixed bag of success, because I found you'd sort of like just join up with someone, and they might just be, I don't know, like looking at the gear. So it didn't really work. But if you jump into the missions, people are very focused with what they want to do. And the missions are pretty good. Like, the environments are pretty varied. So, like, this is me going through kind of the subway, or there's, you know, even in the beta we saw there was sort of like the subway morgue thing.
Yeah, my favorite thing in the in the sewers, the morgue with all the that was freaking a great designed area.
And so, like, you can even just see here, like, this is me just playing with some randoms, and, you know, it's things like, so they're going to go ahead and say, all right, kind of, you know, he's up there, he's got an eye and stuff, open with grenades, get around and flank.
What do you do in the missions? Is it just like kill
Just shoot and
everyone?
shoot.
Yeah, it's mainly like what you're seeing here is bulk of the game.
Have you done anything that isn't shooting shit?
No, you shoot shit.
Yeah.
Like, it's best to think of it like Diablo, right? Like, you're going around killing mobs.
Or Destiny?
How
is it compared to Destiny?
Better
than Destiny at launch.
Oh,
Come on, we can say that. We can say that.
Like,
that's sort of
I think
hardcore. Destiny was shit at launch.
The problem, I think this is a better game than Destiny. Like, in just like in terms of, like, I think it's a complete product. I feel like there's lots of content. There's like 12 or 13 missions, I think, something like that. But each of them are like, you know, like they feel crafted, and, like, you know, they feel unique, and the world itself is well realized from doing the missions and things like that. I think the loot system.
I do love the covers.
Oh yeah, the cover system's amazing.
Yeah,
it makes all your movements strategic. You're all like, where am I going to go to get the best advantage? Where am I going to flank? You know, like, and that's super fun. I think the loot system hasn't hooked me as much as Destiny. I think they did pretty well with that in that game. This one I'm like, I've got a different gun, but I don't really kind of see too much out of it.
An initial Destiny?
Yeah. Even initial Destiny.
Even initial Destiny?
Yeah, like so, and maybe it's just like I don't feel like any of my upgrades are that meaningful in this.
Have you found? Are you specializing?
I am starting to now, so I'm starting to kind of, and in this one in particular, I do a bit more healing because that's sort of what I like to specialize in. But even there, like, you know, he threw up a turret ahead, I threw a grenade. You know, we are working together, and we're sticking a team and turret. Sorry,
you said turret.
I did.
I'm going to pick on when you do a slight mispronunciation.
Say the wrong word. Yeah, like I have been really enjoying it. The thing that has really impressed me most of this game is the world, how well realized it is.
It's a lot of rubbish.
Like, this is you know, one mission where I'm walking along.
Yeah, where's the garbage people?
The garbage people.
They're
dead is what they are.
I thought they left. Is everyone dead? I thought everyone left.
Well, actually, as far as like realizing the world goes, I actually don't know too much what's going on outside the city. I don't know.
Well, no, but outside the city's fine. It's just the city that's fine.
See, they haven't actually got that through to me that much.
That's why I wasn't...
There's like the city, like, there we go, here's the queuing simulator. Yeah, so this is like, we need to get through.
Only one player can use the computer at once.
Yeah.
So everyone...
this was a problem at launch. I have a feeling this is PC as well. Because on PS4, that wasn't the case. There wasn't a queue. It was, I'm going to log out and come back later. I just couldn't get to it.
It seemed like a good group building exercise. Yeah. Okay.
I'm keen to get into Dark Zone. I think that's going to be potentially a fair bit of fun.
Did you play it much in the beta?
No, not really.
Boo, down with you.
Yeah.
I think we get to.
Yeah, I think they're onto a winner. I think they've done something.
Well, they're already a winner.
Yeah, well, they've won.
They've won all the money. It's huge. As a lady, what does the white-filled destruction shooting game? How does it appeal to you? As a representative of all women.
Of what?
As a representative of all women.
I don't like the Division.
Exactly. That's why it's all white men.
There's an occasional white lady. I found the rarest of all has been the black lady. I think I've seen like one.
She'd be sassy probably. That'd be just as offensive.
Diversity.
Yeah. Okay. Well, now it's time for some news.
News. We're losing the views, man.
Okay.
They're here for the talk.
Big news this week. Microsoft decided to close down 2 studios. One of them being Lionhead.
Sad face.
Lionhead. Makers of incredibly average games that people like for some reason.
I'm one of them.
Boo.
I love
I
Fable.
enjoy Fable.
I stand by no Fable has been a good RPG.
Fable was my first RPG, and that's why it's special,
It is
and that's
not
why
an
I'm
RPG.
sad. Well,
Oh,
And-
let's not
And
go
all
down
the
that-
stuff you
that
put in
path.
there was you projecting
But it
onto
gave
the
me the
game.
canvas to
It gave you the
project.
canvas. You know what else gives you the canvas to project?
What?
I don't know. New snow that you can piss in.
That's true.
I could have said a notepad, but you know
Yeah,
what?
like a blank sheet of
let's,
paper. I was
let's put it in the
thinking.
urine.
Yeah.
They're fine. They're
Yeah.
absolutely fine. But I also like, I don't know. They never. The combat was never great. The storytelling was never great. Graphically, they were never great. They're
so
just
Fable Legends got canned as well.
Fable Legends is completely is completely fucked. It's gone forever.
Because like they were talking about that like years ago at E3.
From what they said, it wasn't fun. So they
That's a good-
cancelled it and the studio.
That's a fair enough reason to not make something.
It's pretty depressing though.
That would have been on that a while.
Like just trying to like make this game fun
Yeah.
and working hard to make it good, and eventually it's just like fuck it.
Lionhead, despite what you say about how great and stuff is, there was
I liked Black and White too.
yeah.
I think it was a
and
really good
what do you
strategy
think of
game.
the movies?
I liked the movies.
Yeah, I thought you might
What
like the
movies?
movies.
It still wasn't great, but it's just because it's the movies, so I like it
Yeah.
more.
You know the movies?
No.
That was like a movie studio simulator. So you had to like kind of like theme park if you know theme park, but with movies.
So
Okay.
you could actually you get the script and you go and shoot it, but you could actually go in and edit it yourself.
Oh, I remember hearing
The-
about this at E3,
The tools
and I'm
weren't
like,
great,
what?
but it was pretty cool.
It was pretty cute what they did.
Yeah.
It was
So we can keep talking about it a little bit later, but I also just want to say they also can press play, who we may know from Max the Curse of Brotherhood, but recently, not that actually, how long ago this is a new story I just brought up. August last year, they had this big sort of crowdfunding push of we've got all these pitches for a game, and gonna get everyone to vote on what it was. And it was Project Knoxville we got through. Both of you guys thought it looked great. I was like, oh, another survival game. Fuck that. But it's like they were right on it, and they're just gone. That's what happens when you get owned by a big corporation. And they can just say, nah, we're done.
Turn off the money tap.
Turn off the money. Which is sad.
On
So,
this
yeah.
Lionhead.
Yeah.
I mean-
They were like our last little touch of Bullfrog.
They were very quintessentially like British. Like
Oh, that's why I fucking hate Fable. Not because I just like British things, because it was like that low grade British of like, you know what's funny? Jolly good funny? A fart!
it's kind of like,
Ew.
farts are pretty funny, man.
Hey, so witty! Oh, that would be great.
They were very
Ew,
unique. Had a very
Pew.
unique voice to them. Those
Yeah, I
games.
tend to think one person did all the voice acting in those games. Oh,
It's all Peter Molyneux.
Oh, I'm tough. I'm a blacksmith. Yeah.
Good games. I want to play them. I love Fable.
I never played Fable 3.
Oh, it's not. Oh, it's got some cool things.
I heard it was okay up until the last third, and then it was crap.
Yeah, somehow I found a potion that turned me into a woman when I
Nice.
played as a man. It was weird.
I played
Yeah.
as a lady because I always play as ladies because I have gender identity issues.
Ah, fun times.
I like power fantasy, so I normally pick my own gender. I did try.
What gender is that?
Oh well, that's ill defined.
I thought you just meant that you invented a pick.
I just invented the gender.
It's like, oh, I don't like to be locked down, so I pick my own gender.
I pick RPG.
I call it
Yeah.
a squidrill.
No, like when I was like battling what character to play in Division, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to try and buck this trend of my male power fantasy. There's no reason why I can't have a power fantasy with a lady. And I played for a bit. I was like, I can't do it. It's not the same. It's just I need to know I have a penis. Apparently, it's there.
Okay. Shall we move on?
Yes, please.
We forgot a bit of Division news.
Yes.
So, actually, I find this one of the weirdest bits. The Division is Xbox One exclusive. Timed exclusive, it's DLC. So all the DLC is coming out 30 days exclusive on Xbox One. They announced this basically after the game launched.
Was this all DLC or just some DLC?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I was under the first I thought it was all DLC, and then I had the impression from what I was reading that No, it's just like some DLC.
But it's so fucking weird. If you're going to use this as leverage, why wait
like
till...
say before you start.
Yeah, before everyone's already bought in. It's like, oh... I mean, because you bought PS4, didn't you?
Yeah.
And like, we at least have one friend that's playing on Xbox, so you could have done the other if you cared. But too late now.
Maybe it's part of like some weird agreement. They're like,
Yeah,
we'll
like-
agree to this as long as we announce it at this
Like,
point.
they paid him $350 for 30 days exclusive after launch
Yeah.
announcement. They didn't want to go for the full $5 because that was to get to announce it a week beforehand.
Not made of
cheap,
money.
cheap days. Okay, we have a very exciting image coming from the Rocket League developers who have continued to experiment with Rocket League. And I can see some desperate clicking going on the side because what they're playing with is new game variants to keep going. So they're going for basketball.
Because we're not rocket soccer. We're not rocket football.
We're Rocket
Rocket
League.
League. We can rocket anything we want.
What I like about this is that it's now... I found just from watching general people play Rocket League, it is...
that they're a lot better than me.
Well, yeah, the standard level of ability has slowly increased. Like the lowest rank has got better. So most people have some degree of air control now. So and that's where you expect it to
So
be
you
if you're
think-
going to play. So now it's like, now you got to get the ball in the fucking
So
air.
this is always the end game. They're like, we're gonna make sure the player base is like good at that air control.
And
Now
then
the basketball. Where do they go next? Lacrosse.
no, that would be
Water polo.
Yeah. Underwater cars, and none of them have like, none of them are diesel or anything, so they'll just stop
Just
working.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they're just like remote control cars, right?
Yeah.
Just short out. Terrible idea. What other sports have we got? Dota.
Golf.
Can we have?
We've got enough
Golf would be
competitive
terrible.
golf coming in.
No, I want my
We got-
Rocket esports. I want to see.
Oh, is that?
So they sit in a
the
chair?
Cars have to sit at
Yeah,
chairs
I
and
want the cars
play
to be
LOL.
playing some LOL. There we
Okay,
go.
that's fair enough.
Esports all the way down.
Okay.
Sounds like a great idea.
Speaking of development movements, Dead Island 2 is still being made.
Yay.
It's moved to Sumo Digital now. So they might finish it.
They're a super veteran, them. They go back to like Gremlin days.
Yeah, but aren't they do a lot of like port versions.
They're
of
all
things
over the
these days.
place.
Yeah, they do lots
but
of
they're
things.
like, I was looking through their Wikipedia page of like what they've done. It's like, oh snap, they're like they go way back, and it's not just like we make sport games. It's like no, they do whatever.
Have you played any Inkle games?
I know you've played some. You quite enjoy.
I love 80 Days. That's a fantastic game. They also made the Sorcery 1 and 2. So these games are branching narrative story-based games with, you can make strategic decisions in it. So they had their internal tools called Ink. And they've now released those for the public to use if they want to start making that. And they're also, you can plug them into Unity. You still got to know how to make your own UI. But this whole narrative story-based scripting language is now free. And it's a pretty robust one.
I think it's,
because they've done a few, like those games get very complicated when the back end. So that's kind of cool. And since it's all about just scripting and writing actual narrative, that's a low barrier for entry. Yeah.
A nice little injection into the interactive fiction scene.
Finally, exciting thing this week. Okay, a new emulator was shown off.
Yes, yeah.
For what?
For the Nintendo Entertainment System. It did a very clever thing. It turned all the games 3D.
What?
Now, I actually wasn't able to get it because it's only in browser at the moment and it wouldn't run in my browser. But yeah, you also got to get a ROM online somehow, which is a bit. Yeah. But just the way that they've.
How?
Yeah.
So do they optimize these games individually, or they
No,
just
no,
got
no, no.
something?
It's just
they got some
straight up plotting on a ROM.
Yeah, so it's actually a Unity, like a Unity thing, where they've built like an emulator, like a NES emulator in Unity, and then just did some crazy filter on it to make it render like this.
Wow.
Yeah.
The thing that kind of confused me about this project
So, yeah.
is that they went WebGL first.
Yeah.
So
it's weird, isn't it?
they say they've got the PC version coming. So it's like, but like, why would you go WebGL first?
It's really awkward. As I say, I can't get it to run. It's like,
it's just like WebGL can be a pain to work at the best of time, and the kudos for getting the emulator running is in itself. But yeah, I just thought it was a bit strange.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. You can change the angle of the depth and how deep it is and everything just with like mouse controls. It's pretty funky. Okay, shall we talk about
Yes.
Overwatch.
I've actually been a little excited to hear you talk about Overwatch because I know very little still about Overwatch.
Yeah, I've been meaning to watch like gameplay.
I
just
thought
haven't
I
got around to it.
want to hear through the filter of Paul.
Yeah.
I want
Okay.
Paul to shape my kind of thoughts and feelings towards this game.
So, as the person that doesn't really care about Blizzard and didn't really care about Overwatch, it came to me to play Overwatch and talk about it on the show. So, Overwatch is team-based multiplayer game, giving you a lot of throws to TF2 and things like that, but then with characters more aligned with something you would get in a MOBA. This is perhaps my biggest criticism in it, is that the influences for all these characters are all over the fucking place. They don't necessarily seem to exist in the same world at once. And then when I was first playing it, see, TF2 is a very, very well-designed game. Or should I say was a very well-designed game.
Now it's just whatever.
Because when TF2 launched, everyone could understand what everything else did. This game, when you start playing it, you've got no fucking idea what's going on. Because there's a lot more characters. Like TF2's, 7 or something? But this is like 21 characters.
And TF2, like even the silhouette was strongly designed.
Yeah,
around
in this you might have like
two.
a heavy character that's not as big as the other heavy characters, or, it's hard to tell. That said, I actually got used to it in about a match and a half.
Okay.
It's like it stopped being an issue. Because when I was first playing, it's like, feels like later TF2 when they just added all the crazy shit. But probably the most impressive thing about this game is that all these characters are super different. Like, I'm just playing a 6-shooter here. So it was a really simple character to start with. But they all have different gameplay mechanics, and they do all sort of work. And if you try to do it on your own, you'll get kind of
What
wrecked.
kind of gameplay mechanics? Is it like medic type stuff?
Yeah, there's a medic. This is so you finish a rep match, you get a crate, get a bunch of stuff. Got some skins, got a voice pack, got so at least at the moment, at least in the beta level, you get a lot of stuff from playing. But it's all just like little things. So when
all the characters are like out of the gate, you've got them all.
you've
right?
got access to all of them. And one of the things I didn't realize, because unlike a MOBA, you can it's like TF2, you can just change the character mid-round.
That was something I didn't realize until I think just recently, where it's like, so you're going to commit to the character at the beginning, but you can get that shifting strategy where people are like, I want to counter what you're
You get
playing.
that, oh wait, nobody in the team is really doing defense, let's do that. And I just go through here, like, to show those are all the characters that are up there, like,
Quite a lot.
yeah. So there's quite a lot of people to play and make around. I've probably done maybe a third of it. Now,
What is
one of the
this?
things that's really weird, I don't know if there's just a lot of really, really new people, but I played multiple matches without a single death.
Really?
This character kind of cheats the way out of it because when you're in this big mech, when it gets destroyed, you eject, and
Okay.
it's not a death.
Can you get the mech back?
Yes, if you notice down in the center at the bottom, there's this percentage counting up,
Yep.
and that's like my ultimate. And my ultimate when I'm out of the mech is to call down a new mech.
Okay.
So it's going to take you about a minute, but during that minute, I can be a bit more defensive because I'm very squishy. But I can still go and help and do stuff. So it's like,
Can you have multiple people play the same character at once?
yes,
Okay.
yes. So there's no limitations on that sort of thing. So it's really free and open and robust. And I think at this point, because I'd had some problems, the game kept basically freezing on me halfway through a match. Turned out I just had really old video drivers upgraded. It was fine. It's like, okay, something you got to be aware with a PC sometimes. But I think at this point, I've turned the graphics to ultra low.
That's low.
Yeah, it's
And
really
like,
pretty nice.
because of the art style of it, it's like, oh, that's it. Well, every once in a while, you might see this menu pop up because I'm still trying to learn the characters. You push F1 and you get a list of all their abilities, which you really do need because sometimes they could be really, really different. Yeah.
So
Just wait. Got to get a moment of
Right.
glory here. Come on.
do it.
Oh no, I think it's a little bit. I get like a triple kill and like.
does it feel like it leans a little bit more towards like
Turn player
casual?
kills it. Yes. Well, yes and no. Yes and no. So one of the things you might notice is that I'm just kind of spraying and praying at a lot of the enemies here.
You're not picking your shots so much.
Yeah, I'm not picking my shots so much. I feel like some characters, yes. Like, you're a sniper, you've got to shoot. Other characters have very broad things. What it does allow is it allows a lot of people with different sets of skills to be in it. Okay, so
This is actually the one I'm interested in playing. So
This
tell
guy-
me about this guy.
okay, so this guy's a support character. You basically have a boombox, and you can either be projecting healing music or everyone go faster music, and then your normal power is then to give it a little boost. So it's like, oh, I can heal everyone around me, or everyone can go faster around me, and I like switch between, and I can wall run. And I haven't seen any other characters that can wall run in the game.
I do like me some wall running.
Yeah. So it's almost like a Jet Grind Radio sort of character you'd expect from. And that's the thing. It's like so many different varieties of things. At the moment, not only do I just want to keep playing it because it's pretty fun, I just want a chance to go and play all the characters because like I've sort of I normally main like one per map because I'm trying to learn them. I could be switching a little bit more often, but it's just kind of fun at the moment. And I think the maps need a little bit of balance sometimes. Sometimes they're really easy, but I think sometimes
some
it just
areas
comes
look
down
really
to time
congested, like everyone's there, but I guess I don't know.
Well, it's because these are normally control point things.
Yeah,
so
okay,
like at the point we're trying to attack a point and they're defending it, so they're holding off. But one of the and here's straight up medic gameplay. Like, hey, play TF2. I'm holding a healing beam on somebody. Fun thing about this character. Well, that's the other thing. I've started playing multiplayer games again, even though I have my shitty connection, because my shitty connection is like most people's shitty connection. So it's a good test. Actually, one of the abilities I love with this character is I don't know if I do it much here. Notice it says like left shift. If I point my carrot at one of my teammates, I basically do like a quick fly dash over to where they are. So as a medic, that's really great for getting like across a battlefield to the other people because you move very quickly, so you're hard to shoot. It's like, oh, that's a good medic bonus. I'll do that. It's just full of ideas, and it's really, really impressed me. About the only thing is that, like, when you get all the characters together, the silhouettes aren't strong enough to see who's who when there's like a crowd of them. But normally if there's a crowd of them, you're just doing your thing.
I like that. Yeah. Just chucking out
that ice magic thing. Yeah.
So how many different game modes we got?
At the moment, the only game mode that comes, like, I just go, give me a quick match, and they've all just been this, like, one team defending, one team attacking.
How many maps?
I don't know the overall. I don't know the overall product. I think there's 3 that I've played on.
Okay, cool.
I've probably put in half a dozen games or so. Really want to get back to it.
Yeah.
It's
I'm keen. I want it.
Yeah, it's for someone like me that just. I gotta say, I can't call myself 10 minutes.
Good length.
I haven't called myself a Blizzard fan in a long time because basically when they started WoW was the downfall of my interest in Blizzard.
This is new Blizzards, sir. We're in a day and age of small games.
Hearthstone's great. I actually really liked. Heroes of the Storm. This is looking great. The fact that this week, showing like what Blizzard's doing. They just released a patch for Diablo 2, and in the next day or two, a patch for Warcraft 3 is coming out.
Really?
Because they understand their fan base is still into all this stuff, and they're like, we need to make sure it runs on modern hardware and modern OSs. So they're like, okay, we're just going to keep supporting stuff forever. So I got to say, I suppose I'm becoming a bit of a Blizzard fanboy again.
Nice, coming around.
Yeah, I don't think that because I'm not. They're almost exclusively focused on multiplayer, which is not my main interest. But they're making good multiplayer games.
Yeah, from seeing how shooty this is, I'm thinking my PC purchase was the one I probably liked the most.
Why is that?
Just
for aiming?
Just for shooty games.
Yeah, the aiming's very forgiving, I found. So it's more tactical in your movement than it is shoot. And actually what I was going to say was that I got kicked at one point. I dropped because remember I said it froze?
Yeah.
When I joined back up, it put me back in the same game.
Oh, that's nice.
And I'm not sure because I haven't tested it, but my character wasn't where they left it. I think maybe a bot takes control of it. Which would be great. Because the worst thing is in a team game when people jump and like, oh fuck, we have half the team anymore. It's really, really cool. So...
I just want to play it now.
Yeah.
It's just,
and all the characters look so cool. Like, it's the type of game that you're going to see a lot of cosplay.
Yeah.
It's just really cool.
I love cosplay.
Clearly.
Okay, we got some hot looks?
Hot looks.
Hotness.
Hot looks. Okay, first up, we've got Fury, however you want to say it. We have talked about this previously, but this is the first time we've seen gameplay. This is the camera shifts, but mostly top-down action game, and it's very hardcore action. So this little trailer that we're showing off here shows you bits of a boss fight. Now, one of the very cool things they did was after this trailer came out, people were like, that looks a bit intense and hardcore, but we don't really understand how the overall flow of this match is going to happen. So they just released a complete unedited 8-minute boss battle. And it is hardcore. It's a mixture of fighting game, of shmup, I suppose bullet hell more than shmup, of just like puzzly sort of things. It is all in a single boss fight, everything going on.
Whoa.
And all with this art style, which I think I mentioned when we first looked at it, reminds me of El Shaddai, but with like a neon twist to it. It's free.
Is this the one where the ground disappears? No. Is that a thing that's happening? The ground.
Well,
looks
the ground will
weird.
come up and down a little bit, making
Okay.
it reminded me a bit of the
Assault
work in
Androids?
Assault Android
Yeah.
Cactus.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you can see those things coming up there. It's so smooth and it's got so many action gameplay mechanics. This is really something I'd expect to come from like Platinum, but it's not. It's from someone that isn't Platinum. I could learn their name, like some sort of like video game knowledgeable person, but I
Maybe.
didn't.
Man, this game's not for me.
Look at this
Nope.
shit.
Yeah, it's not for me,
Is
Paul.
it a
Remember,
full game?
this is all a single boss fight.
No, it's not for
This
James.
is-
Is it for Anais?
No, God no.
I think it's for Paul.
Is it for Paul?
Because
Yeah.
I get
I like the
get
environmental
fatigued
stuff.
at stuff.
I like the.
But if you watch the
that.
8-minute, it's intense.
Mm.
But it gives out quite a lot of health during the level. You know, like as long as you understand what's going on in each bit, none of it looks devastatingly hard. But it's just intense.
Fury?
It is cool. Yeah, Fury. Fury.
Weird fun.
Okay, I think it looks cool.
I think it looks cool. I think it looks really fun for someone who wants that. kind of
I
thing.
think it looks hardcore, and at least at that level, if you watch the 8 minutes, and I recommend you go on YouTube, look up the 8-minute gameplay playthrough. It's more understandable when you're watching it flow, and it's like, okay, this looks hard but achievable. I think it's like, I don't know how the game's going to progress, but that at least didn't turn me off, because really hard games do turn me off. Next up, let's talk about some Frozen Synapse 2. Now, did either of you like Frozen Synapse?
I liked it in theory.
In theory, you didn't like it in practice?
No. Well, it was just one of these things where, look, this game looks good. It's just not the kind of thing I want to play. So
Yeah.
I have no ill to say about it.
Anais, any input?
No, I didn't play this. Were we meant to?
No.
You didn't have homework. So Frozen Synapse was a PC top-down tactical game where you'd set in the movements for your team, but the enemy and your moves would play out at the same time. So that made really interesting tactical decisions. You know, you didn't shoot where someone was, you shot where they were going to be. Space Invaders taught us that. Difference with this one, well, you may have missed some of it unless you're paying, well, hopefully people watching are paying attention to the trailer a little bit. They have a city generation.
I was
thing
wondering if
here.
that was randomly generated.
Yes, the city is randomly generated. The buildings are generated. Everything's generated. Because the thing is, Frozen Synapse is a minimalist tactical game. What do you do for a sequel? Well, the answer is up the fucking ante. Because now this is like
Do you add crafting?
fuck crafting. So in this, it's like multiple factions taking over a city. It's now like an overall management of you can make alliances, break alliances. I think multiple in the multiplayer, people can be playing different like in different factions in that.
I don't know if I like I remember being able to read the top down better in the last one. Like they look like blobs to me.
I
Those
reckon
people.
you're suffering from YouTube compression.
Okay.
I reckon those lines will be super sharp if you're playing the game, because I can see what you mean. Like the glow, it looks like a blobby glow.
Yeah, I don't know
But
which way it's facing.
that I would put definite YouTube compression
Okay,
causing
alright.
that. Yeah, I think they found a way to up it. Hopefully
Yeah,
it
well,
works.
it's not just more. They've done.
They've done it different, but
Yeah.
they've also made it for a far more like extreme audience. Yeah. Okay, so next up,
What do we got?
we're going to do a couple together, I think. Okay, first up, let's do Beacon. I'm just going to look at the camera.
What's Beacon, Paul?
Beacon is let's throw in some buzzwords, shall we?
Roguelike?
Roguelike. Randomly
top
generated,
down?
although I've read top down, yeah. I've read a few things that say the levels aren't generated, but I'm not sure about that because some things said they were generated, so I'm unsure. So basically, you've crash landed on a planet, and the only thing that survived of your ship is, of course, the super sensitive cloning device.
Ah.
So there's one thing we can make a lot of as people.
Yeah, you, but only one of you at a time. Okay.
Wait, is my mind transferred back, or I'm just dead?
No, you're just dead, but something does transfer back, and that's where the hook of the game comes in.
Okay.
So the game is,
Okay.
I quite like the designs. It's sort of like, it's a fun sort of slightly retro-y sci-fi setting, but the point of the game is so it's a twin stick shooter,
Mm-hmm.
shoot stuff. But as you kill aliens, you collect their DNA, and then you put that DNA into the next cloned versions of yourself.
So
I
you
get it.
take on the traits of
Yeah, so you take on traits and abilities, and you can mix and match different DNA to create different builds and stuff. So
that glowy thing looks cool.
yeah, it's I actually really like the art style.
Yeah.
It's like a sci-fi version
Yeah, it's
of
interesting.
For some reason,
Below or something.
I get a little bit of another world vibe from it.
Oh yeah, I can see that. I can see that feeling, and it does do quite a good idea of feeling alien as well. But just that loop of play, kill a bunch of stuff, die, use those stuff. That's the things you killed abilities to build your next build.
Mm.
But what kind of abilities?
Don't know yet. It's only just been announced.
Oh, right. I thought you've been playing this. Okay.
No, it has a terrible name, so it's really hard to find extra information
Fury.
on.
Is
No,
that,
no,
wrong
no.
one.
That was the last
Okay, what?
name.
We're on Beacon.
Beacon. Okay,
So
that's
Fury-
right.
Of which I
Beacon.
believe there are several games called Beacon, which made it even harder. Okay, now in comparison, I want to show Divide. Oh, are you trying to do the 3D? That's the test ROM they've got on there.
Oh.
Yeah, so that's a NES game.
Whoa.
Oh, God, what's it doing? I can see behind it.
It's cool.
It is funky. Oh, Missile
Got some
Command.
Missile Command coming in, shooting
Yeah.
some stuff.
So yeah, that's the 3D NES project, which is pretty cool. I think it's 3dnes.com.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so moving on with our top-down shooters, because here we go. We're going with Divide. Now, Divide, well, it puts it somewhere between. Well, no, it's a polar opposite of the previous one, because this is story-based,
I can't shoot.
single player.
Oh, I didn't play gun games.
No, they're shooting.
Okay, I'm good.
They're shooting. Basically, cross like stasis with like. I don't know, maybe Dead Space.
Exploding
or something.
tuber.
Why did they call the game that? I'm going to remember Exploding Tuba. Honestly, I'm going to remember the name of your studio before I remember the name of your game.
Yeah, because the game's called Divide, and we just played the Division.
It's true.
So
Right.
this is. I do get I like my roguelikes, but I do get sick of them. I do like a nice
What?
story sometimes.
Yeah. You get a bit of roguelike fatigue.
Yeah, and it's quite pretty. As I said, I really like Stasis, and yeah, this scratches a similar itch. But I get to shoot shit as well. But apparently, the shooting is not very much. It's like made for impact more than it is like
Yeah.
a big shooty game. Cool. So that is Divide. Okay.
What have we got?
Why, when you're designing a game, isn't the perfect game a game where you can do everything?
Well, that's my ultimate goal. I think is because you don't want to constrain. You want to get the player all the options. So
yeah.
the ultimate game is the anything game.
So this game's called Everything. The concept of which you can play literally everything, which I think means you just get to be a bunch of models
And then roll around.
and roll around.
Okay.
So this is like a thematic trailer. This isn't supposed to be the
Yeah.
gameplay because this is just a touch.
The hopping bunnies are pretty cool.
So I suppose it's like Spore. It's supposed to be able to go from like the smallest thing eventually to universe scale. But I just don't care about the idea.
Yeah,
Why do I want to be a tree?
Don't you want to be a
what-
balloon?
I don't get it.
I don't get at least eventually they sort of said the same thing with Wild, and they eventually started turning that into a game. I want to see where the game is.
They're galaxies.
Have you played Osmos? If it's like that,
I
that'll
love
be
Osmos.
interesting.
Yeah. I don't know if you can roll bunnies together to make a tree though.
No. Sadness.
It would be good.
Everything.
Okay, finally, just because it's fun to catch up now and then. Actually, do we want? Let's do it now. They released a new trailer. Well, not trailer. I suppose trailer for just a level of new Unreal Tournament. And if you remember, Unreal Tournament is open source, being made by sort of crowdsourcing. And I gotta say, holy fuck, have they touched into what UT was? Because as soon as the action started, I was like, hey, this is like the old UT games. I guess it looks amazing, but that's all the action I remember. There's,
Man, I want.
yeah, apparently
I want
they
so
started
much.
with a bunch of oh god, no, even here, just shooting the oh god, that's such an old school move. I don't do that in shooters anymore.
Making this open source is so genius
It's a
because they're I mean, what they care about is having a sweet engine,
yeah.
and this way, like, there's been a game being made, and all the people that have paid them money.
Yeah.
People have paid them money to access the engine, fixing their bugs. It's going through. Genius. So good.
Brilliant. It's looking fucking cool. And remember, You can just go down and play that anytime. It's just open.
Ah,
Let's do it.
cool.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, we already spoke about it. We finally spoke about Overwatch, didn't we?
Yeah, no, we can go back to Overwatch.
Okay.
Man, remember the time Paul played Overwatch?
I did.
Yeah.
I like
Okay,
that.
what's our time like? Oh, we got plenty of time. Okay, James and I played a little game this week.
Mm-hmm.
Computer, open that door.
Seriously, computer. I need
We
to-
were looking for a game to do for Game Club, and this looked cute. And I thought, cute, but does it have enough substance to talk about for, 5 to 10 minutes easily? James?
No.
No, it doesn't. Okay,
No,
moving on.
I think we have. I think
No.
as a general rule, I think jam games don't make great game club.
No. Now,
It has ideas.
It has
as any jam game does.
it has some fun ideas. So you are a sentient AI, and your job is to kill everyone. What I have done here is I have made the game twice the speed.
Yep, you could do that.
No,
You just sped up
I
the
did that in
video.
post. I sped
But
up
who
the
are
video.
you? What are you controlling?
I am the AI. So basically, those systems in the middle, when they go full green,
You
I
had
can.
3 people going to your bathroom. How the hell did you make that happen? And why
Well,
are you
no,
killing them? Oh, because you
Because
got
the game,
water.
because the game's janky. I'm trying to click on it. It's not doing
and
it.
it's not working. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I get
So
it.
I still got
fine.
3 people. I got the captain and 2 chicks.
Did
dead.
you manage to kill all the humans?
Yeah, it's
I
hard not
didn't.
to.
No, I didn't do it. I couldn't do it.
Oh, you're
Cool
terrible.
concept.
How'd you not
so
do
much
it?
of the game was spent with my stupid
Computer,
things on cooldown.
open that door.
I was just like sitting there going, I can't turn.
But half of them don't even go to cooldown after you use them.
No, like
Did you let other people get into that room and reset them?
How do you get? They go in and you can stop them from. Whenever I try to lock the door, they're like, "Oh well, I'm going to reset the doors," and the doors are locked out.
Yeah.
And then like, well, let's go turn everything off.
But you can lock people in the other rooms. So you can lock them in. If no one can get to the door control, you can just lock them in another room. And they can't get out and reset the door control. So it's a room that they're going to get killed in, but you're waiting for something to recharge. Just leave them in there.
But then when someone else go,
No, you just got to make sure everyone's locked up.
oh, he's going to get everyone locked up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Really fuck them up.
All right.
man.
Now, so I guess this game I struggled with a lot. I think it has feedback issues. And also knowing where to click, and it's a jam game, so it's gonna have rough edges, but I did really struggle. I felt the game got to a place where I was sitting around kind of bored because they kept resetting my ability to do stuff, and I'm like, well, I'm just waiting, and it's quite a long cooldown. Like if you watch in the middle of the screen, there's an engine that one's like kill them in the engines. See how slow that's going? Like.
Yeah,
It takes
it's a good
a while.
one.
It takes a
Fry 'em
while.
up.
And this is running double speed, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You might actually learn eventually that all the characters just have a set path they go back and forth on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to break that shit down.
But like as a concept, I really like it.
Yeah, it's a
Like,
really cool concept.
And I think one of the things that I really wanted more feedback on was like what would trigger the crew to go like reset things. I kind of got it with doors. Like if they hit a door, it'd be like, oh, okay, the door's locked. I better go reset the doors.
if they go into a room that someone just got killed in, they're like, oh,
better go.
I'm gonna go fix that
yeah,
system.
go reset the thing.
There's a corpse there.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Obviously, the toilet needs to be refilled.
Yeah. Yeah. I know. How'd you go with it?
It's fine.
It's just.
It's a good concept. In fact, the concept's so good, it's been done before
Oh yeah.
with cool games, one of which I think we're going to do for next week's Game Club.
Oh, is it,
Segway.
I'm going to make you all play Ghostmaster.
Oh, that. Oh, wait, is this the XCOM one? Or
No. Ghostmaster is a game where you have to haunt various
the
things.
game that Paul loves.
I liked it back in the day. I haven't played it in ages, so it'll be fun to go
Is
revisit.
this one on GOG?
This
Where-
one's on GOG.
Yeah.
It's on there. I've got copies for you too. Don't worry.
All right.
Legitimate
Shucks.
copies.
Ah.
How much is Ghostmaster? Scroll
Looks
down,
cool.
Mr. Producer.
Because I was thinking it's kind of like The
It's
Sims.
$5.
Are you trying?
I'd say it's worth $5. If you want to play along, we're going to get Ghostmaster. You can get it on a lot of online services. It's on GOG. I think I got it at Humble Bumbles a bunch of times. Go check isthereanydeal.com. There's a throw out for that site. Whenever you're going to buy something online, check isthereanydeal.com because it not only does it list current deals, it also lists historical lows and shit.
So
Sometimes you
know.
go like, this game that's $40 was once 35 cents.
Time-
Maybe I'll wait
just
for it
wait
to
it?
drop a
Yeah.
little bit. It may not go back to 35 cents, but maybe wait. It's a good site to check out for that sort of resource. So yeah, I'm going to force you to play that.
Cool.
It's great.
I'm down with it.
Yeah.
It's
Looks
ghoulish. It's like Frighteners, the game.
I was thinking of the other one, which was the Kickstarter one, where it was like Ghostbusters XCOM.
Yeah, but that's not like computer open this door.
No. Just before you're talking about the Ghost game. That's where I went.
It's not that
It's
game.
a different game.
That game ran into some legal problems.
Yes.
Because it was exactly Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters.
But they were nice guys.
Yeah.
Nice guys. Okay. So what we're doing this week instead of Game Club, because we didn't announce one last week, there was a very sad announcement this week. And we actually have some footage to go with it. Two tribes are closing their doors. Now, Two Tribes mostly in my fandom, the Tokitori games, which are very, very cool.
Can I say that like that?
Yeah,
Tokitori.
you can. So they put out this announcement trailer this week. So I think we're flicking over. We're moving to something. It's called Two Tribes.
We'll get there. It's cool. There we go.
Two Tribes.
And
Okay,
boom.
Here it is.
There we go. Two Tribes. How I played some of your games.
What are the other games?
But
I'll Google it.
yeah, you can Google it. But as I said, Tokitori were my big ones. So Rive is their final game. So they decided to advertise their next game by telling everyone we're closing down, which is a really weird way to advertise something.
I would Wouldn't you be hoping for financial success to
No, because
keep going?
what they've done is they've basically worked out that their business model, it doesn't work in the current industry. So whilst they can finish up this game, they're just like, we're going to sort of keep it running under administration, and we're going to move, like we're going to exist still in a small sense, but we just can't keep making games. But we're going to make this one fucking great. And it really is fucking great, because remember a demo came out for it last year, you may recall, on the Wii U, and it was one of my fucking favorite games of the year, because it is fast and it's hardcore, it's a great shooter, it moves so smoothly, and it's like, I'm sad you guys are going, because you haven't, that game's not coming out till September.
Okay, so they got a
So they're still working on it. It's just like, and I played it a year ago. I'm like, wow, this is a really strange thing to do.
Yeah, it is weird.
But what I wanted to do was talk about one of, I guess, their failures in a way, the sequel to Tokitori 2, which is an amazing game, which it kind of is building up a bit of cult cred now, but I think a lot of people don't understand why. Tokitori 2 was the sequel to Tokitori, which was a single-screen puzzle game where you played a little...
played today on my phone.
You play a little chicken.
Yeah.
And so for a sequel to this, this just simple puzzle game, they made an open-world exploration puzzle game which rivals The Witness in the way that it it doesn't overtly teach you anything. You learn as you play, and puzzle difficulty is right up there with the most hardcore of puzzle games as well. But it looks like a little kid's game.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, I was surprised when the bird died.
Oh, you didn't think it would die?
Spoilers.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you can get fucked up.
You die a lot, and because like early on in the game you can't. Like it's like you just
It's very hard to,
fall,
yeah.
and, like you never take falling damage. You just flap and hit the ground and suddenly like, oh, I think I drowned. My first death. Not even a good death. Like and it floats to the top.
But did you ever go into the disco room?
No, I didn't get to the disco room.
So, Tokitori 2 is also all about sequence breaking. The game starts with no explanation, no given story. It's just straight up, here's the world, go. You only have two actions in the game. You can stomp and you can whistle. Oh wait, three. You can big whistle and little whistle. And you can use combinations of those to do different things around the world. And then it's almost like a Spelunky in that it has all of these different elements in the world that can interact. But unlike Spelunky, it's very exactly designed. So it's not emergent, everything's very heavily designed. But from the very beginning of the game, like it sort of guides you. And James, it was your first experience playing this game, and you just went along the set path. You can just bypass it and head to like some of the most advanced areas in the game almost immediately.
Because there was
There's
one
nothing
part I got
stopping
to
you.
where I had to go underwater, and that's where it was telling me, I don't go this way yet. But I guess there's maybe some way to get around that.
But that's the thing. You never get any more abilities. If you're at a puzzle, you can solve it.
Oh, okay. Because at that moment, I thought, oh, okay, I've got to...
Well, that's where it's kind of like The Witness, where it's gated only by your knowledge of how the world works.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's... like, and in fact, this is kind of what I like this more than The Witness, because The Witness has to go to the thing of actually making these abstracted puzzle things. This makes the puzzles part of the universe, which is like a much harder thing to do.
Puzzle.
Yeah, it's fun when the puzzles around. Now, basically, the overall point of the game is to get these 4 like quantum frogs together. I don't think you would have even got to the story part in your. You played a good chunk, but it's a big game.
Yeah. Actually, these crabs. Okay, this was like the moment, or one of the first moments where like this game is well put together.
Yeah.
And like the art is actually very nicely designed. So these crabs, they got giant eyes.
Yep.
And I'm like, oh, okay, the crabs, they got big eyes, and they look around. When you get to the dark area, and suddenly they can't see.
Yeah.
And now I need to use light so they can see me. I'm like, bravo game, because like I just thought the eyes were just like some little art design thing. It's like, no, when you get to the darkness, they make total sense of like how they can use this as a puzzle.
Okay, actually, I'll point out this puzzle that's happening here, because like this was I was just restarting the game. I was playing around. It's been a long time since I played through this game. So I took the bird up here, and with birds get you to carry, but by pulling him up here, we go through a waterfall, which means I'm now dripping wet. Electric creatures get fucked. Now that's a way of introducing you to that idea. This idea gets crazy later in the game, but it's all just this. It's basically emergent whilst being very well designed. This is like Tokitori 2. I think is kind of an essential puzzle game. It did so many interesting things, which it really it didn't get recognized for doing them because it was in a wrapper, which didn't let people know. Like The Witness, people know it's a puzzle game. It starts, it gives you a puzzle. It's like great. It looks really attractive. People know what they're getting. With this, it's only when you get into it and then you start exploring some of these systems.
I was expecting like match 3 type puzzle game just from the art. Like
no, this is like 20+ hour long puzzle game.
And it looks super complex. Like I'm even struggling to understand like what is even going on.
Yeah, like I'm whistling there for the bird to follow me, but it can't get me until I'm out of the grass. But the birds are your friends.
The birds made me mad. Actually, no, there was one puzzle I got to where I was solving it wrong.
Oh yeah.
And I actually ended up solving it.
Yeah.
But it wasn't a solution. It was actually going the complete opposite direction. And it was me wrangling the bird and the frog and the berry into the right position to make it happen.
Oh yeah. There's a lot of having to work with that.
I was getting kind of frustrated at it. But then after a while, I realized, hold on, James, you idiot. This isn't even the
There's a lot
solution.
of that. You'll bang your head against the wall, and like I think with most puzzle games, the answer is if you're banging your head against the wall, stop and come back.
Yeah.
Good thing about this game is that because it's open world, you can still just go to a completely different area and work on that for a while. It's got this overworld map, which actually all levels have multiple exits, and sort of like everything that's a horizontal line is a side-scrolling level, and then you can go inside things. Now here's an interesting thing, which I don't think I've done previously. So you can reset at any time, and I pushed that crab down there. So I'm gonna play my reset song. Reset to the last checkpoint. So instead of pushing the crab down, I think I fucked up there. I'll do it again. Here we go. Reset again. Beep beep beep. Now you learn those songs throughout the game, but you can just do them straight off at the beginning of the game. Pull the crab over because we know now because we've gone back in time. All that oil tries to shoot up. Block it.
Now what does that do? Because I actually did that.
That's part of the meta game, the overall meta thing.
Okay.
Yeah. Which I admittedly don't remember that clearly.
So I didn't think this game was perfect. I felt the rewinding was a bit like there were moments where like it would sort of put me in these positions where I couldn't get out.
Yeah.
And it's like, and then like a little bird appeared and say, remember if you get stuck, restart.
Yeah.
And it wasn't at a point where it was trying to teach it to me. There were some points where I'm hitting or I'm like, if you didn't want me to go this way, why did you kind of even like let me do it?
No. There's like early, like you fall down a hole and like you can't, like it's just a hole. There's no puzzle about. That's literally teaching you the song.
No, this is after that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, there's some bit with a waterfall or something where I drowned and it's like, remember you can restart. Like, it just felt like a bit of a hack of like they recognized there was a problem. And it's
but I mean they need to be able to let you to fuck up because it's that sort of game. I don't know what else you do for
And then
that.
what happened? If you do the reset twice, it took me back even further.
I've never seen that.
Yeah, like because I think if you do the reset,
maybe if you don't move,
again, you can move back even further.
I didn't know that. I've learned a thing about Tokitori 2.
Happen. I thought the map overhead map was a bit janky.
It's great.
Didn't quite understand what it was.
Yeah, you'll learn though. That's the whole game.
Yeah,
learning.
Maybe that's. I felt like there were kind of bits and pieces of the game that were like, and maybe it's just me not quite understanding them yet. But it was like, I don't really like. It just looked a bit janky.
No, I disagree completely.
Okay.
You're an idiot. No, it's fine.
And it had here's my video. This is my favorite part. This is where like I'm getting really shitty at these birds. I'm like, all right.
Oh god, I know what happens here.
I'm like, yeah, all right. You take me
you're a
over
monster.
where we're going to go, bird. And I'm like, boom! The first one of those little fuckers could die.
But the birds are your friends.
No, they were like, this is like right after the bit that I'm like, I'm being frustrated with this stupid bird. Look at them. That's me basking in
you
That's
dead glory.
kind of sad.
You could
Look
not
at him.
kill the bird there.
No, I want that thing to die.
Aww.
Look, I'm going to sing. I'm that happy.
You fucking monster. Okay, so that is Tokitori 2. I highly recommend it.
Yeah.
It's not a super cheap game. It's $20, is it?
Oh, yeah, I picked it up for 20 Australian.
Yeah.
You might be able to get it cheaper. I'm not sure. The moment I started playing it, Cheryl's mum saw it, and I knew immediately she'd like it.
Yeah.
Because she looked at the colours and was like, "What is that?" It's on Wii U as well, so I think she's gonna pick it up on Wii U. I was very surprised. Like, I kind of knew it was like an open world puzzly thing, but it's one of those games that I sat down with and I just kept playing. Like, it's so easy to just keep, like, the game itself isn't easy, but it's just like, it's low stress. You just like, just playing it, doing little puzzles.
This bit is really. I'm just gonna walk the other direction. See what's over there.
I think it's really varied as well. So it's like I wouldn't really get bored. It'd be like, oh, it's dark now, and then they start using the light in interesting ways. I'm like, oh, okay, like it's just mixing it up. And
and the puzzles get really intense. I'd say I think it's an incredibly special game. And if I was going to recommend anyone play a puzzle game, that would be among the best puzzle games ever, I think.
I think it's definitely seems like it's a bit of a a bit of a hidden gem. Like that feels like it should have gotten more kudos than it did.
Yeah,
and
maybe, that's why I bring it up now that the company is closing.
And I don't know how much
Makes
that's
sense.
the theming, like the art.
I think
I think
it
it's a big
hurts it.
part.
I think Tokitori always didn't. Even the first game, which was just a puzzle game, it got pretty intense. In fact, the first game was they involved it really heavy with the early Steam sales, where they alter the game to actually have special things from Valve in it. But the thing is, it always looked like a little cute chicken. People didn't understand that it was actually there to fuck with your head.
How much of it is like inspired by Fantastic Dizzy?
60%.
That's it. That's the official number.
Official from the company, 2 Tribes. They said it to me. Okay, before we sort of start wrapping up today's show, a couple of things. We've never mentioned the launch of Street Fighter V.
Well, I don't play fighting games.
Yeah, has anyone been following this?
I knew it happened, and people were disappointed by
Well,
something.
It's fucking crazy. That's why I think we should mention it, because now, like a month after launch, we're still in this position. Street Fighter V launched without most of the game in it. Gave him a little IOU. Basically.
So basically, it was Destiny, except Destiny charged you for it.
So part of the game, like when you do fights,
Yeah.
you earn fight money.
Can you spend your fight money?
No. Because the in-game store for spending that credit still is not there.
Really?
How is it this can't be done? Like, they can take as long as they want to make that game.
Story mode, not there yet.
Really?
Now that you can play single-player stories, but they're not the real one. A lot of them are like a character. It might be. I think some of them are as short as 3 fights long, and just a little bit of text.
Wow.
Yep, that's all. Because basically, it came down to they had a launch date announced, and they also needed to get it out there before the fighting tournament started. But for someone that went and bought a $60 US game at launch, that's just a normal person, might have been a little fucking frustrated.
Yeah.
Are you that normal? No, you didn't buy it.
No, I didn't buy it.
Okay, yeah.
It's
Street
kind of
Fighter-
a bit of a
I played-
dick move then. Like, they could have just gone, look, you know what? A bit like, maybe like Gran Turismo, where they like, have prologue. Like,
Do a 15-minute prologue version. Yeah.
like, just have like your light version.
Oh, AJ's a fighter. Oh, okay.
What's he got to say?
You know what we could play soon?
What?
Oh, actually, you could play it now. Because Killer Instincts comes out at the end of the month on PC, I think. So I can finally get into some Killer
I
Instinct.
can play some Killer Instinct with you.
I don't know if I like that.
I'm just putting on that auto combo mode where I just hit the stick and it wins.
You probably will
Works.
beat me.
Very
'cause-
effective.
Okay. So, that's just weird. So I have a final game to show you two today.
Yes.
It is labelled not safe for work. If you're under 18, feel free to watch. I'm not going to. But this
I'm
is
not the boss of you.
this is an adult. This is an adult-themed game, which I think you'll all agree is really quite special. Let's launch it, and no more description from me.
Okay. Press up to consent.
Oh my.
No, that's good. Good.
Oh
What?
my.
What is this? What? Paul?
Don't what too much, you Mr. Actor. So this
They're
game
balloon animals, right?
is called Genital Jousting.
What?
Oh my god!
How is this happening?
Oh my god!
It's not out yet,
Oh, when is it out, sir?
but it's out soon.
So wait, this is Wii U exclusive, right?
Oh my god!
It has some of the most perfectly amazing game, like animation.
Oh, there's a long one.
Protect your rear.
This is like a Nobby Boy sequel.
Kind of, yeah. There's snakes. There's snakes carrying 2 bags of money.
Don't let him pick
Oh
your
my
pocket.
god.
So I would.
That's kind of amazing.
Wait.
Wait, what happens when they're looped?
I think that's a fail state.
It's just everyone loops this.
Everyone, yeah,
I like how they're belts. I think that's cute.
yeah. Like design wise, it's kind of amazing.
And that also press up to consent. It just like solves so many problems. It's genius.
It's like. So I saw there's a bit of discussion about it online, and someone's like, "Well, that's just going to get boring, isn't it?" Well, if you've ever played a game like Star Wars, which is just narwhals in space doing loop-de-loops and trying to stab each other in the heart.
That's true. It's the same game.
It's basically the same game, although this one I kind of like because I think you control the head, so you drag behind you to protect.
Okay.
So it's actually it's a unique gameplay concept with that. And as far as a party game goes, I
Okay,
mean,
what?
who's not
This
going to
is
laugh
just
at it?
PC, right?
I can't imagine it can get released.
Who
on
else is
console.
going to be? It's Ouya exclusive. That's what it is.
I have an Ouya, but I don't have 8 controllers for it. That'll be good. Will you join us on a game of genital jousting?
Looks hilarious.
Who could not play
I'm
it?
up for it.
Let's have a bit
It
of
looks
drinks.
amazing.
I love these little games that come out. Also, again, a difficult one to Google.
Genital jousting. It's going to take you places, sir.
Yeah.
It's going to take you places.
Takes you some fun places. So that's about all I've got to talk about today. Anything we've missed?
I tell you what I missed.
What?
Playing Overwatch.
You did.
The
Okay.
feels.
What we used to do on the show, we've stopped. But I want to continue it because it was important for Summer Up the Show. We do our pick of the show.
Oh, I remember that thing.
We used to do that. So give you some, we could have been watching that while we thought
could have,
about
yeah,
it.
like,
But let's face
yeah.
it, we weren't going to focus.
Pick of the show.
So James, what's your pick of the show?
All right, let me have a look. What happened this week?
Anais, you got anything?
Can I say genital jousting?
You
I
can.
think that is
You can-
hilarious.
Look,
I love
I'm gonna
ridiculous
go-
games.
I'm going to go genital jousting as well. That
Yes.
was amazing.
It is pretty
Yeah,
special. It is pretty special.
That we need to play. We need to play at some time, like good friends.
Very good friends.
Consenting friends.
Consenting friends. We all know what we're getting into.
What if you consent on someone's control, then pass it to them? Do you pass the consent?
Will they hold up in court?
I don't know.
I'm not sure. Obviously, Tokitori 2 is one of the best puzzle games of all time
Can
for
you
me.
pick that one?
Can I pick it since I gave it like a prestigious thing already?
Yeah, you can have 2 prestigious.
Can it have
I
2
feel like I
prestigious?
feel like it deserves it.
Otherwise, I'd probably say, oh God, I can't. Both Hitman and Overwatch were great. So let's go with Tokitori 2 because I know that one's great, and the other ones are probably great too. But I play more of them.
Hitman does look very appealing.
And I'll talk about more of the Hitman stuff next week with the whole assassination structure that as we learn more about that. Thank you for watching 8.5-Bit Live. I've been your host Paul.
I've been James.
I've been Anais.
We're brought to you by StreamLive.tv, and we'll see you all again next week.
Bye bye.